Money. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it, but how far should we go to actually get some money in our pockets? The topic of today is basically that we should not worship money as if it is a god. Because I myself was also guilty that I just went for the money and did not really care. And I wasn't even aware of it that I I just kind of worshipped money. I was always looking at my bank account. I was looking, if my crypto goes up, if my investment go up, all these kind of things, and you don't think really, I'm worshipping money. And maybe you have the same situation right now, and you might realize that you kind of are worshipping money. And there lies a little bit the danger of it. Like, money is good, money is awesome, but if we over obsess about it, then it actually tends to go away because you are kind of greedy and stuff. And money or the world just does not work like that. And I basically had to experience that myself. Because, I do like money, I do like to have the freedom of doing basically anything that I want, and I do have some ambitious goals where I want to be in the future with money. But if you over obsess about it, then this can really quickly get unhealthy, and that's the danger of it all. And that's where I caught myself, because I tended to get a little too unhealthy. I over obsessed about it, and then anxiety, unhealthy behaviors, over obsession, and just stress in general gets in the way. You might not even realize that while you are doing that. That's basically the danger of it all. But you are still doing it, and your mind is still focused. If I get the next salary, or if I get that done, I will get a raise and all this kind of stuff. And then you just focus on that completely, and you let everything go or neglect it, like your health, family, and stuff. And that's pretty much unhealthy. You can still achieve everything of that, in my personal opinion, but you should not over obsess about it. It should be like a natural flow, and that's what I'm actually trying to do now. Like, when you only focus on money, then you are not an attractive person, because you're kind of always greedy. You worry way too much about it. Every stock market that goes up and down, you're way too emotional with it. Especially with crypto, because that's like what this channel is all about, mostly, but that's now a little change. And the most dangerous part is that we kind of start to worship money to an extent as if it is God. And that's really unhealthy, because even, it says in the Bible itself that, you can either worship God or money, but you can't do both. And if you basically worship money, then you don't get, you basically want to get some stuff from the world. And you are basically battling for things that don't eventually make you happy. Like, if you want to get money, what can you actually buy from it? Of course you can, like, you need money to make a living and all this kind of stuff, like paying rent, food, and everything. But if you over obsess about it, then you most likely go beyond of that. Like, you want to get a new car, you want to get a bigger box to live in, you want to get the newest clothes, you really care what other people think of you. That's eventually why you want to have that money, because you want something externally that will eventually fulfill you. At least in my experience it is like that, and maybe it's also for you the same situation. And then you kind of have to ask yourself, why do I want that money so much? Or can I already be happy with my situation right now? Because if you are obsessed with money, then either you save it and invest it, or you spend it all to like impress other people, or just because you want to get some things that you have always wanted. But what does that get you? Like if you buy a new car, is it worth putting that much of time and effort into buying that car so that you just like live on afterwards and have to pay off that bills? Is an expensive car worth it to put in all that effort? Yeah, you might have enough money to do that, but for most people, like, they buy it because they want it. And what do you want to have people, how do you want people to perceive yourself? Like, does that give you a fulfilling sensation that this car gives you? Like, yeah, there are a lot of people that just like to buy cars so that they look good. Like if they buy a Mercedes, BMW, or whatever car they want to buy, like it has a good status behind it, and they like to have that status associated with themselves. And yeah, this can be a good thing, but if you then have to over obsess over money to get that, and you're always worried about money, and then it is like your first priority and you can't really enjoy the rest of your life because of that, that does not really make it that much fun to pursue all of that. And what I just want to share is, like, I'm also kind of guilty of it, but I try to catch myself in those situations, like to ask yourself, yeah, why do I want to have that money? Is it really that important? Or yeah, what is my relationship with it? Like, do I treat it actually like a god? Like, do I over obsess about it? So to an extent that it is unhealthy. Like, you don't even have to change your behaviors, but you just could ask those questions like I did. And yeah, I still do the same, but I don't obsess that much over it anymore, because yeah, like, what, it's only money, it's going to be gone, and you can always make more money. So does it really matter that much? Or can you use your money in a better way? Or do you put your attention in things that matter more, like relationship, spiritual development, and all this kind of stuff? And if you don't pursue the money, but you still know how it works, then in my opinion, you are more likely to get it. Like, for example, if you want to have a promotion, do you give the promotion to a guy or girl that really, really, really wants it and over obsesses about it, and then like does not perform that well because of that? Or do you give it to a guy or a girl that puts in good work, always comes to work on time and stuff, does a good job, and now he wants to get a little bit more experience and stuff, and wants to go somewhere else, and also like demands a pay raise? Like, he doesn't need it, but he knows like his worth and what he wants, and if you don't give it to him, then he will eventually leave the company. And then you have like the trade-off, do I give it to him or not? But if you have like somebody that is really greedy and wants to get it, or like, how do you say it, the neediness, that why should you give something to somebody if he's really needy? Like, I don't really understand it, but our world kind of works like that needy people eventually don't get what they actually want because they over obsess about it. And that's basically the same with money. Like, if you always look if my crypto is going up, or if I lost some money, like, budgeting is good, but you can do it too much. Like, you would make way more money if you like start to be creative and think, how can I make more money in another way, or just spend time with friends and recover and don't worry all the time about that. That's way more powerful than just making money your god and only like prioritizing on it. Like that's like if you invest or like want to get some stuff, then the tendency to do that is really high, especially in our society where we are really materialistic. That's kind of crazy. Like if we get something, then we already want the next thing because the new thing does not make us happy anymore. Like we go from dopamine hit to dopamine hit and we don't even realize that exactly. But what we know is that we have to have money to do that. And that's also a way why people that earn a lot of money are actually not that well off, because they spend just all the money that they get on things that they, if they thought about it, don't even really need. Why do you need a huge house with like a lot of bedrooms that is really luxurious? Well, I butchered that word, but it's really high level. And yeah, but you don't even have children, so you have rooms that you don't even really use, and when you use them, then you use it for stuff that you bought because you thought it would make you happy if you buy it. So yeah, just like if you start thinking like that, I guess that could help you, and it eventually helped me. And yeah, what I have realized is that if you over obsess about money, it makes you nervous. You do stuff that you shouldn't do. You go places that you should not go. Yeah, all this stuff that is unnecessary, especially if you can do like things that are way easier or not that difficult. Of course, there is always the person that like says, like there are people that have responsibilities, they have to get the money. But in my opinion, like you can grow from those situations. And eventually it was your decision to take on this responsibility, even though it was not planned. Like that's mostly the case with children, or like if you, materialism, if you buy too much stuff, then it's like your fault. Like we have to take full responsibility, but that's not really popular nowadays. But yeah, or inflation, like we like to blame somebody else that is the cause of our wrongdoing or of our bad situation that we are in. Yeah, that's basically everything that I wanted to share. It's like, I think it's kind of a long video right now, but I don't really care. It's like probably, I'm just talking from my soul, because that's something I was struggling with, and I guess you can also benefit from those experiences, so that you either catch yourself from doing it, or you don't even do it at all. Or if you are going to do it because you want to do it, then you are aware what side effects it could have. That's also really helpful to know, like the side effects that will come along when you do a certain behavior. But usually I am the same. I have to experience it myself, and then I know, it was probably not the best idea to do that. So guys, God bless, and we will see us in the next video. Bye guys.